So about 2 years ago, in fact, it was around my husband's birthday, his 79th birthday. So yeah, 2 years ago, he's 81 now. He started having some episodes that where he would feel like he would faint, and at times even he fainted. And then before or after or during really have severe dizziness, and then followed by extreme headache and by something that it's called cluster headache that were not only lasting one day but at times could go on for a month at a time, day in day out, no respite, nothing. And so not only the pain but also I mean, like from somebody really, really active and very sportive, wanting to go swimming and so on, he didn't dare to go anywhere on his own, like nowhere at all, because he never knew when that fainting spell will come through, and the dizziness also. I know that at some point, even one day that he tried to go somewhere on his own, I had to go and pick him up. I had to, so anyway, it was from somebody really active, he became depressed. I started researching and looked at all the possible modalities that will help him, and we went through acupuncturist, chiropractor, all sorts of massage therapists, and even did a very expensive and painful stem cell injection, PRP injection, exosome injection, you name it. If somebody is thinking at some point listening to me, oh, did they try this? Yes, we did. And, it was really getting horrible because he told me a few times that he felt like at 81, his life was over, that there was no more quality of life. And he felt horrible also to depend on me for everything, every single thing. So we had a few things that kind of worked a little bit, like, the right sequence of massage. And we have a wonderful chiropractor, and it will give him a little respite, which will go on for a month, maybe 2 months maximum, but then it will start again. So again, he was not trusting himself, and we have arrived to a point of complete desperation. Both of us, actually. I know it was a lot harder for him, but it was quite hard for me too. And last year, we had reconnected with some dear friend of ours, and thank God for that. At some point, Sandra told me about these little patches that had tremendously helped her with some degenerative disc. And that got my attention because degenerative disc and that kind of thing can be so painful and so hard to treat that got my attention. But again, I was skeptical. So I just decided to only start with X39 and only for my husband. And at about like 3 days after starting the X39, one of his headaches started again and having a bit of dizziness and so on. So I texted Sandra. I said, okay, what patches and where do I put them? I ordered all the patches that she told me, got them urgently, and he was at that time going into his 4th day of headache. And that evening, I will always remember, I applied one eon on each side, silent night, I think on this point here, and ice wave on each side of his neck. And then we sat there, and 30 minutes later, I asked him, I said, how do you feel? And usually, I mean, in the past, when a headache will start, it will go from 5, 7, 10, 15, like nonstop. And he looked at me and said, wow, that's amazing. It's back to a 2 or 3 level. So it was like, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. Hopefully it will hold and that will last. So he went to bed, slept, because when you have a strong headache, you don't sleep on top of everything. And the next morning I asked him, I said, how are you doing? He said, great. I slept, no headache, nothing at all, no dizziness, nothing. So for the next 3 days, we did exactly to the T the same protocol. And from that day on, he never had a headache, dizziness, the fainting spell, nothing. And that's 6 months ago. So, we feel safe now that it's really holding. And we started using all the patches from that day on. uh, Even something else that was going on with him that was kind of the obvious, something very obvious, is that he was starting to have bad skin, looking a bit like a rosacea symptoms. Anyway, and again, like now he's back to having his beautiful skin, and like even it's not fair, but he's older than me and he has less wrinkle than me, but it really gave him his life back, and also I know that there were these two miracles. I can call them miracles because we had gone through so many things, so many modalities. But at the same time, I can see that the long term, it's like every day or every week, I can see that he's getting more energy, that his thirst for life is back, instead of being, okay, that's it, I've had a good life, but this is over. And yeah, his energy, his sleep, he goes swimming every day or he's back to life, basically. He's really back to life. And um, I know that for me, my experience is different, but still very good. I'm 65, but I'm very, very healthy. So obviously, I don't have the thing that that is acute and needs urgent attention. But a few things that I can say definitely is that since menopause, my sleep was okay, but not as good as it could be and not as good as it was. And again, like since using these patches, my quality of sleep is back. I dream again. I mean, I remember my dreams again, and it was like quite an event for me. um, my nails are, I know you maybe can't see them, but they are the strongest than they've ever been in 65 years. I even annoy my husband because I keep telling him, look, feel that. It's amazing. My hair keeps growing too fast for, I'm not complaining, but let's say like right now I would need a haircut. Um, I feel a lot more energy, and I think the best way I can describe it's a more youthful energy. And when I exercise, when I swim, I can feel like I could go on for forever. Uh, Sleep, yeah, hair and nail. I know perfectly well that it's really a sign of health. I'm even looking at, that my hair will grow back darker than, at least it stopped going like whiter and whiter, and it starts going back to the more darker and darker. So I'm watching that as well. I, I think that the main thing when I first started using the patches myself is that I felt also that, and especially it was with this pandemic and all the things going on, it was taking the edge off any worries. It was helping me to shift my attitude towards life. And that's beautiful also, and I'm very grateful for this. Yeah, I think, it really gave us our life back to both of us.